The first time I saw Clara, 22 years ago, she was wiping down a booth in a 24-hour diner, her sneakers squeaking on the tired linoleum. I was hauling a load of scrap metal and stopped for pie. Her uniform was frayed, her smile was tired, but when it reached her eyes, it felt like sunrise. Back then, I was just Leo, the guy with grease under his nails who drove a rig and made her laugh with bad jokes. We built a life from the ground up, a studio apartment, then a fixer-upper, dreams whispered over instant coffee. Somewhere between then and now, that woman faded. It wasn't a switch flipping, it was a slow dimming. First, she stopped leaving the porch light on for my late hauls. Then my name became my husband, the transporter, said with a thin sigh. When she landed her vice president role at NextLogix, a sleek supply chain firm, the shift was seismic. Her new wardrobe was armor. Her conversations filled with terms like vertical integration and disruptive logistics. I was proud, but I became part of the scenery she was eager to redecorate. Last Monday, she came home electrified. Now, the promotion is official. We're celebrating at the Grand Lyceum. My stomach dropped. That place had valets who looked at my truck like it was contagious. What should I wear? I joked. My good flannel. She didn't smile. Just wear the dark suit. And maybe let the guests do the talking. These are important people. The night of the party, I felt like a ghost in my own life. Our two teenagers, Mark and Lily, stood stiffly by the buffet. Clara's new boss, Charles, held court by a marble column. He shook my hand with a politician's grip. The husband, Clara's told us about your hands-on work. Admirable. Chapter 2. The Casual Erosion. After dinner, Charles tapped a crystal glass. We're here to celebrate a force of nature, Clara. She's a testament to sheer will. No mentorship, no network. His eyes slid to me, a smirk playing on his lips. Heck, no real support system at home to speak of. Her partner is, what was it? A freight hauler. To climb so high with that kind of ballast is truly inspiring. Polite, pitiful laughter rippled through the crowd. My children stared at their shoes. Then Clara glided to the mic, beaming. Charles is too kind. But it's true. Leo's world is engines and highway maps. He doesn't grasp the pressure of the boardroom. In many ways, she added with a light, cruel laugh, he's been an anchor, but I've learned to sail anyway. The room chuckled with her. The sound wasn't loud, but it was final. It erased 20 years of shared struggle, of me working double shifts to fund her degree, of holding her through loss, of being her foundation. I felt a profound, chilling clarity. Charles sidled up later, bourbon in hand. No offense, but some seeds just outgrow their original pot. I looked at him utterly calm. The holding company that acquired NextLogix last quarter, I said quietly. Viridian Capital Group. Do you know who founded it? He blinked. A consortium of silent partners. My legal name is Leonard Vane. I said, my voice low but clear. I built Viridian. I own 67% of the shares. I've been your majority shareholder for 8 months. The glass in his hand trembled. Across the room, Clara's triumphant smile froze as she saw the blood drain from her boss's face. Chapter 3. The reckoning. A thick silence fell as I walked to the podium. I took the microphone from stunned Clara. I'd like to add a footnote to the evening's narrative. I began. For years, I've driven the routes that companies like this one depend on. I've also spent those miles building an investment firm that now oversees 12 logistics companies. I bought NextLogix because I believe in the workers, not just the executives. I turned to Clara. Her expression was a storm of fury and terror. You call me an anchor, but anchors serve a purpose. They provide stability in a storm. They allow ships to harbor safely. I was proud to be yours, but you confused an anchor with a chain. I faced the silent, stunned room. My success isn't in spite of my roots. It's because of them. Integrity isn't taught in boardrooms. It's learned on lonely highways, where your word is your bond. I set the mic down. The echo of my words was the only sound. Chapter 4. The Quiet Exit. I didn't wait for a reaction. I collected my coat and left. She didn't follow. Her text came later. You humiliated me. We need to talk. The divorce was swift. The prenuptial agreement, which she'd once called my paranoid document, was enforced. She kept her salary. I kept my peace. Now I still visit my first truck depot. Last week, a young mechanic named Jake asked me for advice. My girlfriend says this job has no future, he confessed. I looked at his honest, worried face. Son, the future isn't something you find a title. It's something you build with your hands and your heart. Never let anyone make you apologize for how you earn your keep. That night, at my quiet ranch, I watched the sunset. The revenge wasn't in the reveal. It was in the walking away. It was in proving that the strongest foundations are often the quietest, and that the most powerful response to disrespect is a life lived well, beyond the need for their applause. Was his silence after speaking the ultimate power move, or did he owe her a louder storm? Leave your verdict below. For more tales where hidden strength rises and betrayals are answered, subscribe to Chronicle. Here, every shadow holds a truth, and every mask eventually cracks.